thank you, Glenn, for helping set this up, and for the great carrot soup. Really, the best carrot soup I've ever had.
Soup of the day, carrot ginger.
Okay, carrot ginger soup. There we go. Thank you. A little detail. And to Barbara, who actually does a lot of good work. I just want to honor her.
Definitely.
So let's give her a little hand. This is the first time I've actually been in Weston, and it's nice to be here. So, blessings to you. The first thing I want to do is share a little prayer, which is key for understanding the why and how of live foods. Because it's about merging the heavens and the earth. So live foods are both part of a spiritual path, but we have to remember you can't eat your way to God. Okay, keep that in mind. But they help you become a superconductor of the divine. So there's two pieces to that. And the heavens and the earth. So this is what this prayer is about. Hashem Yikud Kudushabrihu Ushihinte Bi Ilu Bi Ilu Laihed Shem Yuke Bavavke Yidash Lam Hashem Kozrael Ko Olam Amen. So you just heard Olam, which is healing of the world, healing of yourself, and also healing the world. And so really what you're going to hear tonight is like multiple levels of that. And so we'll start with the why first, and then with the how. Okay? So, when health is absent, wisdom cannot reveal itself. Art cannot manifest, strength can't fight, wealth becomes useless, and intelligence cannot be applied. That is not a new saying. I didn't make that up. Greek physician made it up. Tree of Life Center. This is a little show and tell. We're about 4,000 feet up in southern Arizona, which really isn't exactly desert. It's all straw bale, all natural. This is the mountain at 6,000 feet up. And you can see the face and the breast. It's like the Divine Mother overlooking the whole thing. So it's a nice energy there. This is where we do our Native American spirit dance. It's a little bit up the hill. And I'm a 4-year sun dancer, as well as the appointed clan leader of the spirit dance for us. Here's a little bit of a feeling of the mountains. This is what we call Shaktipat, which is the descent of grace, which you'll have an option to do after we take a break. And that awakens, if you're ready, it awakens the Kundalini, and things happen. One of the things is we have the rainbow coming in the third eye, and a little bit into the heart, if you can see that. And this is some of the views. This is all straw bale construction. It's all organic and natural. This is obviously, if there's a desert, it's high desert is what it is. And this is our cafe, a view of the cafe. It's mostly outdoors because you're in Arizona. And this is what we call a mikvah, a sacred healing bath, the shape of a womb. And the womb in the Kabbalistic system represents the most sacred of waters. And so that it's a purification bath to go into. And this is part of our Native American work. We do a lot of work. And we also have planted the seeds for a Native American healing of diabetes program. Every single Native American that's actually come has been healed of their diabetes. This is a medicine wheel, traditional sweat lodge, and this is myself, my wife, right there. This is Shanti, this is my wife, is also a tri-yoga teacher, and I'm doing the pipe ceremony. And that's initiating an anipi, which we do every new moon and whenever we're doing our 21-day process or any of our fasting retreats. This is our organic vegan farming program. So we have an apprenticeship in organic vegan farming. See, what's that? Okay. Question is, why vegan? Because you may not know this, but somewhere between 3 and 13% of everybody with Alzheimer's has mad cow disease. It's still happening. That's according to the New Jersey Medical School. That's what they found in autopsies.
What was that statistic?
Between 3 and 13% of, quote, Alzheimer's are really mad cow disease. So, and it's by blood, by bone, right? And with the manure too. So basically organic veganic farming eliminates that issue because we use no animal products. And so we have an apprenticeship in that for people, a 3 to 6 month process. That is the, let me go back a second. This is a greenhouse that can feed a family of 4. It's solar, totally off the grid. This is the inside. It's like Garden Eden, okay? And you'll see this is the way it used to be on the planet. You could just turn around and take a bite out of the planet, out of the living planet. That's why live food was the kind of really the original diet for at least in the last 6,000 years, but before that too. This is just some of our farming, the circle garden, and a little pond, and this is a labyrinth, and this is all crystals that we gathered from the area. So it's the largest, possibly the largest labyrinth of this kind in the world. It's the Chartres labyrinth. It's twice this. Chartres labyrinth is 46 feet. This is like 112 feet. And it does snow on rare occasions for at least 1 hour. This is Shanti and I doing a little bit of yoga. Don't try this unless you've got a little practice at yoga, okay? This is harder than it looks, let me tell you. Okay, this is our little temple. And then more views. We do a lot of work around the world. This is in East Jerusalem. I'm talking to a Muslim leader in his home. I had to come in disguise because there's at least 5% of the Muslim world who really gets what's going on. But it's not safe for them. They have too much interface with people, okay, like myself, okay? So I had to get there in disguise, and then his family's been living in this home since the 1600s. So there is, some cooperation going on, but these folks who are open are at risk, so they have to do this. This is a fast we do in Israel, and some fasters. I'm giving a talk on veganism in Israel. Here we are at the Dead Sea, which is where we do our fast, that's Shanti and myself. And this is kind of 2012. This is me with Dennis Banks. So Dennis Banks is the head of AIM. He came after a few heart attacks and diabetes. He healed his diabetes in 3 weeks. And we're at the end of a march across the country for the healing of diabetes for Native Americans. And Dennis claims, in all his experience in all the reservations, it's up to 90% is the rate. Clearly, Native Americans have the highest rate in the United States, but 90% is pretty amazing. So we work closely together. This is me giving a peace talk in Petaluma. Now, this is some of our work in Nigeria, in a place called Wiri, which used to be called Biafra. So you've heard Biafra, the starving kids of Biafra. So we're teaching the veganism, but we're also have a sprout house on the land there, and we're moving into organic veganic farming for the people there as well, teaching people how to do that so they can supply their own food. This is, you got it. Those are nice, healthy carrots from the local area. Nigeria. And then here we are in Ghana. This is the king from Nigeria. This is different peoples. And here I'm giving a talk in Ghana at one of the universities, and there's about 900 people there for that talk. And this is me with somebody from Ethiopia coming to the Tree of Life training, and then Bhatti goes back, and here we are in Ethiopia, all live foods for a senior center. So that's what we're doing. These are the seniors. Mostly we're working with kids, but that's what you want to work with. Here I'm speaking in Ethiopia, and this is at Oxen. You know where Oxen is? Well, Queen of Sheba with some oxen. all heard of Queen Sheba, right? Okay. So she had a pretty big space, and this is a medical school in Oxum. Giving a talk on diabetes. I'm somewhere back there. Here we are in Cameroon, where we're also setting up programs, diabetes prevention and so forth. And this is a sewing center run by diabetics. And hear me giving a talk at a university in Cameroon. This is a center that we have in Ghana, but we actually pay all the staff. We put in wells. We just completed fundraising for 44 wells in 28 towns in this region. Plus we have a health worker who's mostly going out with the screening and educating on diabetes. And it's actually ecotourism because people can come, eco-humanitarian tourism, and if you're trained to help out with that, because it's a lot of work. So that's what's going on there. And this is Mexico, about an hour south of the border. A lot of these kids, their parents were part of the mafia who got killed and all that kind of thing. This obviously Shanti and I, but again, you're seeing live food, vegan live food. So we're spreading that message as part of the overall kind of mission. This is the head of the orphanage. Here's some of the kids. We also have a scholarship program, and we've sent like about 4 or 5 kids a year to college, getting them scholarship. It's about $2,000 per scholarship. It's not as expensive like in the United States. Okay. Here we are in Argentina, Buenos Aires, where people from at least 10 countries were at this conference, from all over South America, Mexico, and so forth. This is some of the people. Here we are in Papua New Guinea, where 40% of the people have diabetes of the adult population. Just perspective, in the United States, about 8% of the people have diabetes, although 27% of the people above 65 in this country have diabetes. But so this is the Prime Minister, and I gave a talk to their governing, their parliament and so forth, as I've done in a few countries. This is the Minister of Health, and he cured his diabetes at the tree, and now he actually is running kind of a health hotel, which is kind of interesting. This is me in Israel. I'm right there, kind of bottom of the sunbeam. And this is our school, and again, we have apprentice in veganic live food in terms of food preparation. You learn 28 different entrees, and you learn kind of how to run a kitchen somewhat. And we also have an apprenticeship in veganic farming and a master's program in spiritual nutrition, okay? And also a spiritual counseling program with the priestess program, and also a nutritional counseling, and also a nutritional educator program. So we have a few different programs according to people's interest and time and so forth they want to spend. So that's this. That's our school. This is our veganic farming. This is our cafe apprenticeship, and here we are. So that's an overview, but our intention is we have 33 centers around the world, and our intention is to keep spreading that energy. We have stuff also going on in Bali and Singapore and, so forth. So we're kind of around the world and in Australia and in New Zealand and, but it's promoting the organic, veganic, live food nutrition around the world. And as we go further and talk, you'll understand why as well as how.